Today I'm going to work on this old F-150 1985. I cleaned the frame up. I sprayed it with a rust proofer. Now I want to go ahead and put a coat of paint on it. There are other items on this truck I want to get completed. I have a mirror over there starting to fall off. My hood is out of line. Let me drag you over here to show you that. Not sure if you can see it or not. Bring in just a little tighter. But you see that hood? For some reason this has dropped way down. It's down at least 1/4 of an inch. That side up is up about 1/4 of an inch. It wasn't like that last fall when I put this, when I started driving it, but for some reason over the winter it has dropped. And see, this is dropped here also. I don't know if something in the cab's moving or what's going on with that, but we're going to find out today, hopefully. And I will bring you along to show you the progress I have on this. There's other things I'm going to do to it also, but I don't know if we'll get to it today. But we'll see. I'll bring you along to show you what I'm going to do. Hope you follow to the end and see if I can accomplish this. As you can see right here, I've got a little white residue. I'm going to take a wire brush and just scrape that off. But before I do, I'm going to show you what I use in my shop to neutralize rust. It's something that I used in construction, especially in roof restoration where we had to treat some rusty areas, but it's this product right here. It works well. It's not the cheapest thing you can buy, but I found that to work really well on rust. It turns it black. Once it turns black, you know that it's doing what it's supposed to do. So the first thing I want to do on this though, and let's just get it right in here. Some of the areas it'll leave a kind of a chalky residue, and I just take the wire brush and make sure there isn't anything on there that would keep the paint from sticking. And that isn't a long process, but it's one that definitely needs to be completed, as you can see. And I'll go through here and do that on this entire frame. So like right here, right in here, and underneath in here, the little bit of chalkiness. It's not too bad though, for the most part. What I'll do then is when I get ready, I think I'm going to take the fill hose completely off. And I'll mark it so I can get it back in the same place. I want to get the fill hose off because I just touched it and it is really dirty. I want to clean that up. But I will shield everything that I don't want to get paint on. I may even, I don't know about these shocks. Not really sure how to judge. I'll tell you what, there's nothing wrong with them shocks. I'm going to leave them. But that's what I'm going to do. Let me get that done and I'll bring you back in for the painting process. Okay, I'm ready to put the paint on the frame. As you can see, I changed my shirt. I've been ruining some of my shirts in this shop, so I've been wearing the older ones. I just wanted to share that so you know I haven't started a new day in the shop, but I want to show you what I'm doing here. I'm going to spray this product over the frame. It's a rust inhibitor primer. It reforms the rust. I've had real good luck with this for just this type of work. If I was going to do a large project, I would set up my spray gun and use it. I've been shaking this for a while. recommend to get that black pigment chipped up real well. And some people use their spray cans like this. I never got in the habit of doing that. And I can see if I had just a little bit longer fingers where that would really be nice. But for me, I've always just grabbed the can like this and put that finger right there. I've had good luck doing that. I can control it. I'm not sure why some do it this way. I've never really knew. But let me start and get this painted, and I'll bring you along so you can see some of it. And let's just see what we can do here. Start right here. I started a little bit of it, as you can see. But we're going to continue right here. I put a little bit on here already, but let's go right here. This stuff covers pretty good. It dries flat black, and it leaves a pretty decent finish. One that, if you want to know the truth of it, this is a primer, but a lot of times I'll just leave this as the finish coat. It holds up really well on the stuff that I've done. And last fall, I took the thing up on the hoist, and I did the underneath side of the frame real good, but what I'm doing now is the stuff that I really couldn't get because it was on top. And that way we can make sure to the best of our ability that rusted areas will not rust again. Well, if you remember this area right here where that bolt came out was really rusty. I'll show you that bolt. I have all the bolts over here. Just bring them to you. And I will show you the one that was so bad that I thought I was going to replace it, but then I decided not to. But right there, that focus in a little bit, maybe, I don't know. But there's the bolt. And here are the bolts. Let me just bring you out a little bit so you can see a little bit better. Right here. These are the bolts. This is the one that was really rusty. And you can see that that thing actually has a lot of meat left to it. It'll take a lot of years for that to snap. And it was actually down in the frame right here in this corner. And we're going to put it back there. No, I may not. I may put it over at the other corner and use the other bolt here, since this one is prone to rusting quicker for some reason. And then also on the bed, I want to make sure I get that all primed up, but that's for another day. Let me finish painting this frame for you, and I'll bring you back and show you what I got done. Well, I have the frame painted, and I gotta say, that turned out pretty good. Let me bring you in and I'll show it to you. I did crawl underneath to see if I was correct in my thinking as far as the getting the up underneath side. That was all got pretty good when I had it up on the hoist. But there's the frame. Went ahead and painted the top of the fuel tank as well, just to make sure that that was protected, especially since I got that rust etcher on top of it. Dull degalvanized really well. But there you have it, the frame's done. Next step is I'm gonna switch gears, and I'm going to raise this bed up and clean the underneath side of the bed and get it ready to put back on. Yeah, I'll bring you along and let you see what I'm doing. I have this truck in the air on my hoist, and I'm looking at the underneath side. I'm going to bring you over here, and I'm going to try to show this to you the best I can, but you can't see that very well. But this thing is in really good shape under here. When I said no rust, there's very little rust. Let's look at that. I know it's dark and I don't have enough lighting under here, but bear with me. Right there's where that bolt was so rusty, and that's not even bad. Little bit right there, right here. Up on top of this, on the bed, it's showing some rust. But as I reach up in there, I don't feel anything. So it's probably up in here and in here that it's rusting. But I'm going to set up, get my pressure washer, and I'm going to pressure wash this thing real good underneath. Okay, I'm set up with the pressure sprayer. I'll get started and show you at least the process of what I'm going to do. I bought this Greenworks sprayer. It's electric. It's real handy here in the shop. It's easy to set up. It's quick. So let's see how this is going to work. I believe this is going to work just fine. But what I'm going to do first is get my degreaser and spray everything underneath with the degreaser. And when I get all that done, sprayed off, I'll bring it back in to show you what finished product looks like. I got a lot of it off, but I still have a lot to get off. I got the oil off, but at one time someone put some I don't know what it's called. I guess rust proofing, that tarry stuff. And you can see over here, maybe, right in there. You probably can't see that, but part of it came off, part of it didn't. Let me see if you can see this. There you go. You can see this tarry stuff right here. It's still stuck on pretty good. I think if I treat it again and hit it again with the pressure sprayer, I'd still get some off, but I'm not going to get it all off. I'm wondering what I should do, but it's basically rust proof, or not rust proof, it's rust free underneath here. And for a 40-year-old bed, crying out loud, you can't ask for anything better. So the pressure spraying's done. I have the truck bed done. Truck frame completed. I sprayed off my floor a little bit while I was spraying, and I got a little bit of overspray on it. I'll let that dry real good, and I'll take it with a low pressure wash and just wash it one more time. But we're going to say this part of this project is complete. What I wanted to get done today is to get this treated, sprayed, and get that cleaned up over there. So we're going to conclude this video on this truck. I've got a lot more to do to it. You can see that the truck has dings and dents and problems all over it. This door right here is caved in. This mirror is loose. I told you earlier this hood's is misaligned, so I've got quite a bit to do to it. Got some work inside. The cluster needs to have some work done to it. But for the most part, just small things. We'll get that bed back on after I decide what to do with it. But I appreciate you watching my video for today. Hope you gained some insight how I clean up and rust-proof a frame. This one's an easy one. At least I didn't have to lay under the truck to do it. I believe I have my fuel tank problem solved, which is in another video. If you haven't seen that, I'll put it in the link up there. But for the day, we're going to call this one complete. Can it be fixed? Sure it can. Can you fix it? You're darn right you can. Until the next one.